stories. So let's have a big round of applause for our very own Sean.
I swear I wrote that myself. Best $20 I ever. All right, well, it's my pleasure to be here, and I want to thank everybody for coming out. You hear that all right, yeah? Thanks to Christine Rao and the poets in Nassau for making it possible and giving us, you know, a venue where we can rant and rave. Thanks to Lorraine for her tireless efforts. I know it can't be easy. And she makes it all possible too, and it's a lot of effort. And we should all give her a round of applause before I start. On that note, then I'll just start. How you doing, James? Thanks for coming out.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for coming out. All right, like Lorraine mentioned earlier, I wrote as a tribute to all writers and artists who from time to time experience bouts of that nasty, malodorous SSE, as Lorraine just said, the shitty self-esteem, myself included. So consider this as a pat on the back, which will hopefully encourage us to keep on writing, you know? The storytellers. All artists, writers, musicians, and poets in particular, have the uncanny ability to tap into the realm of spirit. It's a gift that enables us to transcend the mundane and experience the world as we see and feel it and know how it should be. We have the ability to turn what to most people are chaotic thoughts and feelings into beautiful and meaningful works of art. We are blessed with the grace that enables us to never stray far from our original nature, despite having to live and survive in the material world. We pass on what we have learned through our words, which are the manifestation of our collective knowledge. It is a shamanistic quality which we possess. All cultures revere their poets, none more so than my own, the Irish. We call them Shanachie, the storytellers, the bards, and the minstrels. Thank you for that. All right, I'm going to read two on the hello, Lloyd.
Hello, John.
Thanks for coming down. I haven't seen you for 24 hours.
I dreamt about you last night.
Can we discuss that later, you know? I want to read two pieces on the subject of writing. This one I call The Blank Page. We writers are a funny breed, with thought, idea, and fertile seed, to tell it all a driving need, and get it down at lightning speed. It's good, it's bad, we can't agree, must leave it for posterity, a pencil, a pen, maybe a reed, to conjure up the words we need. Hair pulled out, thrown on the floor, scream and stomp, run out the door, for inspiration, rant and roar. My head hurts now, and I am sore. The page is blank 5 whole weeks now, and sweat has risen upon my brow. I want to write, but I don't know how. Given up, going back to the plough. But wait, what's that yonder calling me? A thought has come to set me free. A glimpse of perfect poetry. Shit, a writer now I'll surely be. On a bit of a more serious note, in my blood, must I bleed all over the page and purge my soul for all to see? Rend open wide the deep dark rage, will I then regain my sanity? The mind in a whirl and racing, like a heartbeat bursting free, expel the thoughts, pain embracing, when once a story comes to be. And can these words fulfill my need, uncoil the depths of disparity, or bind me fast on endless seas with roiling thoughts and fantasy. Blood must spill across the page, or else coagulation rules. If not expressed, this hidden rage will blind us all and smite us as fools. And once heart's blood has poured clear through, relief will come and pain abate. Released from fear, if what I do is tell the tale with honest faith. Of course, I couldn't not read my humble, and I mean humble, tribute to a man who inspired me from childhood, William Butler Yeats. I call this The Night Moths. I went down to the cool dark woods when night moths were on the wing. Unearthly ghosts and raging floods embraced my lonely pondering. Moss clung fast to an olden tree near bank of river flowing slow. Salmon leap I smiled to see in silence with a young moon's glow. Fawn eyes bright shone out at me from in the depths and to and fro. She licked my hand while nestling free, her tale to tell of the long ago. She told to me through cool night air that time and space are here and now. Spoke to me of a maid so fair, with haunted look on her pale brow. An apple blossom in her hair, she haunts the woods in search of him, to heal her heart and her love fair, and cease the lonely wander. And all at once, near a white oak tree, a girl in shimmering bright light came out and gently called to me. Then both did meld into the night. I had an experience the other night, Lorraine can attest to this. I was out at Jones Beach at the Bob Dylan concert, and another man who inspired me from my young days, and it was wonderful, but at one point, even before Dylan came on, there was a band called Wilco, brilliant, tight band, good young band, and I was transported back to a place and time now long gone, and just for a fleeting moment, I saw John Lennon in his old familiar place, the stage, doing what he loved best. The cheeky grin, the hair, the hat and the glasses. It was him. But no, of course it wasn't John. It was his son Sean, playing his father's guitar and singing two of his songs. I believe I heard an angel sigh that night. So this is for John, John Winston. From Liverpool he sallied forth with a soul both free and mystified. The wide world now would see the worth of raw sounds from the Merseyside. Young and brash with a poet's eye, from the heart the words soon burst. Penny Lane and the walrus am I. Imagine the place where love comes first. Hamburg town in the heat of night honed the skills for future sound. The cavern dark, full of magic sight, played one full hot set for one full pound. The sergeant smiled his cheeky grin. Eleanor, never bride fulfilled, got back from the land of Lenin, strawberry fields, then love fulfilled. From Tokyo a girl so fine, yes was her word when two hearts meet. Plastic band New York and true rhyme, then the word was out on the street. To Belfast town and its cruel plight, dressed in garb that hid his might, he came to march for our civil rights, then slipped away in the Irish night. Not many people know that. A primal scream from deep within, white suit gave peace a chance. Mind games were the biggest sin, power to the people our only chance. But the jealous guy at the park did lay, came all the way from Pelea's ground. John is gone, Now we all must pray. The Dakota still echoes with the sound. Mother, you had me where I never had you. Thank you. And then this goes out to all of those who can't speak for themselves. Scorn not their simplicity. See the child with the golden hair, but eyes that show the emptiness inside. Do we know? Can we understand it, just how he feels, or have we ever really tried? See him now as he stands alone and watches children playing children's games. Simple child. He looks almost like all the others, but they know he's not the same. Scorn not his simplicity, but rather try to love him all the more. See him stare, not recognizing that kind face that only yesterday he loved. The loving face of a mother who can't understand what she's been guilty of. How she cried tears of happiness the day the doctor told her it's a boy. Now she cries tears of helplessness and thinks of all the things he can't enjoy. Scorn not his simplicity, but rather try to love him all the more. Scorn not their simplicity. All right. Right. Okay. This was inspired by an incident I witnessed when I was probably about 7 in Ireland, and I call it the Swans. Some of you have heard it before. The Swans. He glides across the smooth lake's surface, but she's nowhere in sight. Stately he moves on ever through the night. A moonbeam beckons to a hidden place where once they did dwell. Faster now, maybe she lays there, and love again might they share, but no earthly sign now, only pain. Mute, and no sound escapes. The reeds and the rushes lay empty. The archer with arrows more plenty has struck in her heart's place. He follows the fading silver beam upward toward the eternal light. The lake is quiet now that the swans are gone. Once they sailed its wide surface silent and free. A ghostly presence is all that lingers on to remind us of what there used to be. He searched for her, but alas, no trace, no sight. Meshed together now mid the moon's clear light, his last song silent sung from deep within, then merging slowly with the mist, he fades from without. All right, this one here goes out to all soldiers, wherever they may be. It's called The Dying Soldier. Look at the dying soldier, I heard someone whisper, and then I saw the blood come through my shirt. Am I going to die here? I don't want to die here. Someone come and pick me from the dirt. I don't belong here. I don't want to be here. Don't let me die here. My hands are getting colder. My thoughts are growing weaker. Jesus, this must be the way it is. Stop the shooting. Don't you see I'm dying? Someone come and say a prayer. I don't belong here. I don't want to die here. Don't let me die here. My eyes are closing. I see someone coming, but he turns his back and runs away. They've stopped shooting. It started raining. Jesus, this must be the day. But I don't belong here and I don't want to die here. Don't let me die here. I want to go back home where my friends are. I want to go on living there. I don't want to die here. All right. I want to tell you about Texas radio on the big beat. Comes out of the Virginia swamps, cool and slow with plenty of precision, with a backbeat narrow and hard to master. Some call it heavenly in its brilliance, others mean and rueful of the Western dream. I love the friends I have gathered together on this thin raft. We have constructed pyramids in honour of our escaping. This is the land where the Pharaoh died. The Negroes in the forest brightly feathered, they are saying, forget the night, live with us in forests of azure. Out here on the perimeter, there are no stars. Out here we are stoned, immaculate. Listen to this, and I'll tell you about the heartache. I'll tell you about the heartache and the loss of God. I'll tell you about the hopeless night, the meagre food for souls forgot. I'll tell you about the maiden with the raw iron soul. The Lizard King. From LA town he sprung forth a poet wild with philosophy. On Venice beach held his court, inspired by Blake and the bard Huxley. The doors were open now and wide, the riders on the storm broke free. The Lizard King then took his stride with Ray and John and young Robbie. Indian dead on the wet highway, turned around in time to see a face that looked from far away, who felt the pain and let it be. In leather garb, a god, he tried to sing both song and poetry, with an LA woman by his side whose love for him would set him free. The unknown soldier now at the end broke on through to the other side. The fire relit his own true friend. Mr. Mojo Rising will never be tied. Cars hiss by the window panes like the waves down on the beach. He leaves it all yet once again for Paris high, his fate to reach. In Père Lachaise he lies asleep, but for the Lizard King we will not weep. Perception the only goal to teach. Right on, Jim, your soul we keep.
Okay.
All right, well, when we're
Do something for my
yeah, I'll keep one. All right, okay. I might sing a song for an encore. I could be persuaded.
Could you sing Danny Boy in Irish?
Huh?
If you could you sing Danny Boy in Gaelic?
Could I sing Danny Boy in Gaelic?
Yeah.
If I could, I would, but you see, the part of the north of Ireland where I'm from, speaking Gaelic was a crime. We were not.
That's true.
Yeah, across Midland, darling. We weren't allowed to speak it. It was a crime, yeah. You could be hung.
Can you sing it in English now?
Huh?
I can.
Oh no, but let's sing what? Danny Boy. That's for St. Patrick's Day, woman. What are you talking about? Anyway, this is Redemption Song. It's called Redemption Song. Old pirates, yes, they rob I and so lie to the merchant ships, and minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We flower in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help me sing this song of freedom? It's all I ever had, redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy. None of that can stop this tide. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? They say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. So won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever had, a redemption song. Thank you. then I'll get off the stage. Right, with the events going on in Detroit, I'm sure we all are aware of what happened in Detroit. The city went bankrupt. There's no money. They're in serious trouble. Factory shut down, and but the strange thing is that the factory owners and the men in charge, they owe plenty of money. Yeah. Yeah. So I believe this sums up a lot of anger and resentment being felt nationwide at this time in our history. I can empathise with this myself. I've been in this position. It's called an ordinary man. I'm an ordinary man, nothing special, nothing grand. I've had to work for everything I owned. I never asked for a lot. I was happy with what I got, enough to keep my family and my home. Now they say that times are hard and they've handed me my cards, and they say there's not enough work to go around. And when the whistle blows, the gates will finally close, and tonight they're going to shut this factory down, and then they'll tear it down. Now I never missed a day or went on strike for better pay, and for 20 years I served them as best I could. Now with a handshake and a check, it seems so easy to forget loyalty through the bad times and the good. The owner says he's sad to see that things have got so bad, but the captains of industry, they never lose. He still drives his car and smokes his fat cigar, and still he takes his family on a cruise. He'll never lose. Now it seems to me such a cruel irony. He's richer now than ever he was before, but my cheque is spent and I can't afford the rent. Seems there's one law for the rich and one for the poor. Every day I've tried to salvage some of my pride, to find some work so I can pay my way. But everywhere I go, the answer's always no. There's no work for anyone here today. And so, condemned I stand, just an ordinary man like thousands beside me in the queue. I watched my darling wife try to make the best of life, and God knows what the kids are going to do. And now that we are faced with this human waste, a generation cast aside, for as long as I live, I never will forgive how they stripped me of my dignity and pride. They have stripped me bare. Thank you for your attention.